Good day, everybody. So today I'm going to share to you a discussion video about while loop. So before we will go on to while loop format and things about while loop, we need to discuss what is a loop first. So when you say loop, this is a part of your program that may execute greater than one time. So it means it repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats until such time that makes the loop stop. Now, this is the format for our while loop. So first, you need to have your while word. So it is in small letter because it is a reserved word. Then open parenthesis, your condition, and close parenthesis. So inside this condition are your conditional statements, such like x is greater than b, x is greater than 10, y is less than 5. So your conditional statements. So your condition here helps us to determine how many times your loop repeats or when will your loop stop. Now, your braces, open braces, inside this open braces and closed braces are your statements or statement, right? So, the open and closed braces or bracket can be omitted if there is only one statement in the body of the loop. How the while loop works. So let's review the format again. You have the word while in small letters, open parenthesis, your condition, close parenthesis, open braces, your statement or statements, and close braces. So in while loop, the condition will be evaluated first, alright? So if it is true, the statement or statements that you have are executed or will be shown, and then the condition is evaluated again. So it will go back to the condition again and test the condition. If it's true, it will go to the statement again. So if it is false, now that's the time the loop is exited. Now this is the while loop flow of control. This is what you need to draw in your flow chart. First, you need to have your condition. It is represented by the diamond symbol. So it means that either the statement or either the condition is true or false. So if it's true, it will go to the statement or statements that you have inside the braces, and it will go back to the condition again. Right? Test the condition again. If it's true, it will go back to the statements and go back to the condition again. If it's true, it will go to the statements and again test the condition. Until such time, if the condition becomes false, it will go outside the loop. So this is the part where your looping occurs. So this is an example of a while loop. So for example, you have an integer value which is 5 and stored into val as a variable. Then you have your while loop. This is the part where your looping occurs. So your while loop, open parenthesis, val, which is the current value of val is 5, greater than or equal to 0. Then your braces, C out, val, and then there's a space here, and then val minus minus, then semicolon, and your close braces. So this will be the output for this kind of loop here. So let's try to analyze the loop. So the first value of our val is 5, right? And then you have your while loop. Then you have your condition. So the current value of our val is 5, right? So is 5 greater than or equal to 0? That's true. According to the while loop, if it's true, it will go to the statements inside the braces. So this is your statement. You try to display val, which is the current value of our val is 5, and then you have the space, right? So that's why it will produce a product at 5 and there's a space, right? Then go to the val minus minus. So this part here means it will decrement 1, one value. So it means it will subtract 1. And it is similar to this equation, val is equal to val minus 1, right? So if you see val minus minus, it means decrement, right? If you see val plus plus, it means increment. So it means you will try to add 1 to the value of val. So add 1 to val, right? Or it is similar to val is equal to val plus 1, right? So this val plus plus for increment, val minus minus for decrement. Now, the current value of our val is 5, right? Going back. We have 5 as val. And then you try to decrement this. So it will be subtracted by 1. So it becomes val is equal to 5 minus 1. So you have 4. So the current value of our val is 4. Now, it will check the condition again. So is 4 or val greater than or equal to 0? That's true. If it's true, it will see out val. Right? So it will display 4 because that's the current value of val, and then the space, right? You have the space here. So it will produce a product of 4 and then space. Then go to val minus minus again. So it means that you have the current value of val is equal to 4 will be subtracted by 1. Now the current value of our val is 3. Now 3 now will be test inside the condition. So the current value of our val is 3. So is 3 greater than or equal to 0? That's true. So if it's true, it will see out again the val. So the current value of our val is 3. So that's why it's 3 and then there's a space. So you have space. Now, go to val minus minus. So it means you need to subtract val to 1. So by 1. So you have val is equal to 3 minus 1, it becomes 2. So the current value of our val now is 2. Right? Here it will be 2. So is 2 greater than or equal to 0? That's true. If it's true, it will go out, it will go to the statement. So it will display val again, which is 2. Then space. So you have 2, then space. Now it will go to val minus minus again. So val is equal to 2 minus 1. Now, val now it becomes 1. So is 1 greater than or equal to 0? It will go to the statement again. Yes, that's true. If it's true, it will go to the see out val. So it will display val, which is the current value of our val is 1. Now there's a space, so val then space. So you have 1. And then you do the decrement again. So you have val is equal to 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So it will test the condition again, alright? It will test the condition again. Is 0 greater than or equal to 0? That's true because 0 is equal to 0. And then it will see out val because it's true. Now see out or display val. Now 0, then space. Then go to val minus minus again or decrement val. So the current value of our val is 0. So you have val is equal to 0 minus 1, which is it is equal to negative 1. Now, the current value of our val is negative 1. So with that, is negative 1 greater than or equal to 0? That's false, right? Because it's less than 0. Now, that's the time it will go outside the loop. It will not display negative 1 anymore, right? Because it's false. So, as you can see, this will be the product of our loop here. While loop is a pretest loop. So when you say pretest loop, condition is evaluated before the loop executes. So if the condition is initially false, the statement or statements that you have here in the body of loop are never executed or it will never show. Alright? So if the condition is initially true, the statement or statements that you have in the body of the loop continue to be executed until the condition becomes false. Alright, I think that's it for the discussion video about while loop. See you on the next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.